Hey Queens, welcome to the Talks with Tony after show. Here we gonna learn, here we gonna know how to love ourselves so we can grow. Come on, Queens, let's go. Okay, Queens, you know what time it is. It's the Talks with Tony after show. The title of this video that he did was called He Left and Wants Me Back. I'm looking at the screen. And so he had he read two different emails during the segments. And so the first one was titled He Left and He Wants Me Back. So let's go ahead and start and talk about that one, okay? Okay, so I got my little notes. I'm going to read just like and do like a quick little summary, tell what his feedback was, and give my own 2 cents. Okay, so he left and he wants me back. So she was dating this guy. He left her with a 6-month-old, so I guess it was his child, to go help his mother. And the email had said that his mom used to live with her as well. So I guess they all lived together, and then he moved out, and then she moved out, and I guess his mother needed help, and I guess he didn't come back. So I don't really understand that part. And it says she's happy now. She's doing her own thing, but now he wants to come back. Does that sound familiar, y'all? Does that sound familiar? Have you guys had this experience? I know that I have. And she asked the question to Tony, why do men come back? Why do they act a fool, cut up, treat you like garbage, act like they don't want nothing to do with you? Then they're like, hey, what's up? Y'all. But, so that's what he did. And so the advice that Tony, gave was they do this because they don't have nothing going on. They don't have vision. They don't have a plan and goal for their lives. And he had a really good quote by someone that says, a person with nothing to do wants to do nothing with you. And so pretty much they want to waste your time. They don't mind wasting their own time. They don't have nothing going on in their own life. And so they ain't got nothing better to do. You're opening your option. And remember what Tony always says about you're standing still. If someone can leave in and out of your life, it's because you're standing still. The times that has happened to me, I was standing still just waiting. Oh, hopefully they'll come back. Let me keep on taking care of these kids, and hopefully they'll come back, running back. And I was just waiting. So see, we're here to talk about people. We're here to learn so we can grow, learn how to love ourselves. And the best way to learn is to learn from someone else's mistakes, so you don't have to go through that pain. So yeah, they don't have anything going on in their life. They want to waste your time, is what Tony was saying. And he said, a man, listen, Queens. I got this crown right here to remind y'all who y'all is. Queens, okay? Got off Amazon for like $20. Beautiful crown. And he was saying, a man who likes you will never leave you. Listen to that again. A man who likes you and loves you will not leave you. And he went on to explain a little further that a man who is trying to, get away from you, he will try to make himself hate you so that he can move on and feel good about himself. So he'll try to make you the bad person in his mind. So if you have been done wrong and then your ex tried to treat you like you did something wrong and try to, badmouth you to make other people think it was you, that's because they're dealing with their own stuff, and that's karma right there. So just, ooh, Lord. And he repeated, if a man leaves you, don't ever, I repeat, ever let him come back. Y'all, this has happened to me. I let him come back 4 or 5 times, and it ended up worse always than before because I didn't know no better. I know better now. It's not going to get better. They're not going to change. They're not going to grow up. They would have done it by now. They learn to disrespect you more the more that you let them come back. Yep. And so the next one was talking about how a lady she had 2 toxic relationships previous to the one she wrote in about. They were both toxic. The first one lasted for 3 years. The second one and the one that she wrote in about were both long distance relationships. And there's some similarities in there. So the second one, she said they had seen each other 2 times a month. They were about an hour and a half to 2 hours away. She felt like he was stuck on his ex. So red flags. he missed Valentine's Day and just like blew it over like it was no big deal. Then after she tried to confront him about it, he was like, "Oh, I love you, baby." And she thought he was being manipulative, which he was. And that was the end of the relationship. And then, so in the third relationship, they met through a roommate, another longer distance this time. He seemed like a great guy. They all do in the beginning. Again, his representative. His ex started messaging him, and he made some lame excuse. And she pretty much, from my understanding, had to convince him to start dating her, because at 3 months in, she was asking him, "Hey, what are we? What are we?" And he was just like, let's go see. But finally, he kind of gave him, was like, "Okay, let's be this." If you have to beg a man to be with you or kind of convince him that you're the right one, he ain't the right one for you. You are the prize. Remember that. Okay? Don't ever beg a man or try to plead with a man to be with you, because he will see your value if he's for you. You won't have to dress a certain way. You won't have to be doing all these things to make him do that. He should see it naturally. And so a similarity to her second relationship was this guy missed her birthday and just blew it off. And then after she confronted him again, "Oh, I love you, baby." You see this? You see the kind of, not routines, the kind of similarities that are happening here. And so he had frequent guy trips. He would go on frequent guy trips. But when it came to them spending time together, they'd just be like staring at a wall, she said. So he wasn't investing time into her, into the relationship, to do things, to get to know each other and to have fun with each other, which is another red flag. And through the whole time that she's writing this letter, she's pointing out the red flags that she's seen. So it's like she knows now, which is good. And so she's very emotional about the breakup. And she said at the end of the letter that sometimes standards hurt. And so hopefully she has learned to have standards and raise her standards, because definitely by those explanations, she has not had standards in the past and with her relationships. And how many of us can relate to that? Not having standards, not loving ourselves, allowing people to walk over us, to treat us wrong, thinking that we can convince them to love us, that our love will make them love us more. But queens, I heard this amazing quote that said, "You cannot make someone appreciate you by giving them more of the thing that they don't already appreciate. So you can't, "Hey, I don't appreciate your love. Let me give them some more of my love that they don't already appreciate. Maybe they'll appreciate." It just doesn't make sense. So we have to be able to take our emotions out of the situation and think rationally. Because a lot of times we come in emotional, and then we throw our common sense to the back burner. And so we're like, "Well, why is it not working out? I thought he loves me, and does he love me?" We know the answer if we stop being emotional about it and be logical about it. Think about it as if it was someone else, your best friend, your sister, your mother in the situation. Put it far from you, and then give yourself advice from that space. And I talk about that in my book, Love Yourself First. How to heal from toxic people, create healthy relationships, and become a confident woman. Y'all, my story's in there about dealing with toxic relationships, learning how to love myself, and just the lessons that I learned after, being married for 8 years, being pregnant with my 7th child, and just being broken and like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like my life is over." So y'all, I know where y'all at. You're not alone. This is a place, a community of love and inspiration, learning and growing. So feel free to, stick around, watch some videos, subscribe, like, and share, so I can reach more other, y'all. I need to learn how to talk. So I can reach some more women with this message of self-love and just valuing yourself. So love yourself again, queen. Love yourself again. Love yourself again. Love yourself again. My nose is all stuffed because there's allergies, and like I'm trying. Okay. So put hey in the comments if this is your first time here. What's up? Let me know what were your thoughts on the episode of the Talks with Tony. And I will see you in the next video, y'all queens. I love you. Till next time.